December 21, 2022. Marcus Giovanni here. At Kelly Brough, hashtag believe Ian. We're going to mix it up a little bit. 573 results. KellyBrough.com. Brow, bro. We've heard different people pronounce it, so we just use both. Kelly Brough for mayor. Believe in the promise of Denver. Let's build a better future together. Kelly brings solutions informed by personal experience and bold leadership to hit the ground running. Okay, let's look at that leadership. She made $274,000 Denver Chamber of Commerce, $474,000 a year, more than Barack Obama. How do you make more money than Barack Obama? First red flag. And I didn't vote for Obama or Trump. I don't vote because I have to stay neutral, and that's the only way you can stay neutral. So, but as far as elegant, Barack Obama gave up a lot of elegance and grace and grew old really fast. And that really kind of hurt me, man, because I wanted him to stay like that forever. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's the kind of uplifting that he brought to the world, actually. But that's not why we're here. But for me, I protest because she made more money than Barack Obama. That just pisses me off, man. Nobody makes more money than Barack Obama serving what she does. Nothing. And she got that because she worked at Hickenlooper, and when it wasn't like she replaced some dude that just went away. Well, we know, but when you think about how she bloviates her stories, which everybody has stories, but see, she has to come to realize that it ain't about her stories. It's about the stories of citizens that have gone through their triumphs and tribulations, beating people like Kelly Brough down because she's been browbeating everybody. Okay, and then the worst insult to all of this, and this is what I'm trying to stress to a lot of people, that Metropolitan State University somewhere, somehow got this idea that they're going to back Kelly for mayor. And if we're in a court of law, I can tell you all, I can show some digital forensic evidence that would just blow the court's mind, blow everybody's minds in technology, and they would be going, what? And that's why they have Denver Chamber or Metropolitan State University has a graduation rate of 47%, and they use their children as pawns as they build little node connections to what they feel gives them power over everybody in the city of Denver, and that those reigns of power over. Artificial intelligence has now been intertwined in all of our lives, and it's now all activated by our voice. Our voice is the new latent print that will either work for us, against us, or not at all. If you're a person that promises big things, well, artificial will look for all the big things you promised, and then it can calculate at the same time if what your probability of being able to complete what you say when you said it, and the kind of money it will make. We call that the digital grail. There's nothing holy about it. Okay, folks? Nothing holy. Strictly business. Strictly business. Get a good taste of that over there at the wizardknowsalltellsall.com and googlecrystalball.com, where great minds are going to be coming together to create some magnificent metaverses for universities and museums and other uh, institutions that we need to save, including our law enforcement agencies, the FBI. I will always side on Homeland Security. That's just how I have to be. And for me, we always have to be right. And since I am an American citizen, and the Homeland Security is, to me, the most important people of all, more important than the FBI and all them. We can't afford to have anybody tarnish that. That's why I'm so glad that we didn't hear that the Homeland Security got involved with taking down a president. Because these people in coming years are going to be so ashamed of what they did. Just like Hitler All those people that voted for Hitler to get into office, they didn't escape the murderous, treacherous things that he did, nor Stalin's people. That's how you know there's a God. So, whether Zuckerberg prayed at night for his wealth, or did he work his ass off and didn't listen to nobody but himself, and self got him to what he has today? But where he failed is when he called Facebook. Everybody told the world that Facebook changed their name to Meta when they went and bought a Meta website URL. I'm sorry. And just stretching. After a while, this stuff gets mind boggling. So, I just keep going forward, man, because I think about the citizens. I think about my children and what they did and what they went through school. And I looked at what their friends went through. And I just see that nothing's fucking changed, but even worse. Where at least when I went to school, we honored our flags. We let Jehovah Witnesses sit down and watch us honor our flags so that we can go to war to make sure they're protected to be Jehovah Witnesses. That's what I saw. So I saw a lot of things where they talked about the war and how all those things. I sat on my dad's lap since I was a little kid, man. I don't remember everything, but my dad told me I watched every Notre Dame football game, every Chicago Bear football game from the time I was born. So, and I can guarantee you, folks, I was still watching football with my pop. That man knew a lot about ball. I don't know why he didn't want to be a football coach or any of that, but he said that he was a coach to his children, and that was enough for him. So, and my dad was badass. He was a very strict Irish Roman Catholic Republican military dude. And I do say Roman Catholic. There's a difference. Okay, so you go study what that is all about. But the Roman Catholic social services saved my ass from probably death. Who knows where I would have ended up. And the Nelsons came in and swooped me up. I was a preemie baby. I weighed 2 pounds 3 ounces. It doesn't reflect that on my birth certificate because those are the things they keep. But nothing on my birth certificate is real, and it kind of wow, who the fuck am I? Anyways, that's where Giavanni came in. That's my blood name. Blah blah blah. Some lawyer told me. My ex-wife said, "Hey, the guy probably got off a pizza truck." I was like, "Yeah, it probably is right. Who knows what the truth is? I don't know who I am, so I'll just do Giovanni. That's what the lawyer says. That's what I'm going with. I don't care because at the end of the day, when I'm dead, I'm just in the ground and everybody walking by me, I ain't gonna remember my name. So that's how life truly is. That's where we end up, and it's not where we came from. It's where we're going. So you don't remember anywhere you came from. Who does? But I can tell you right now, Kelly's days of plagiarizing and sneaking around and taking false fucking titles are over. Here it is, like LinkedIn. I haven't used LinkedIn in years, but it still stays on top because they pay the algorithms to be there. Perfect. Don't use something, but I'm at the top. They're at my top. Can't quit them, can't do anything. So you just look when things were posted. I don't believe in that fucking people. Only ones that make money there, I won't even tell you, but it's okay. But if you look at the way she can bloviate Denver metropolitan area, mayoral candidate, Kelly for mayor, experienced mayoral candidate. There she is again. This is her first election. She has no experience in running any fucking elections. Nowhere did it say she ran elections, but that's what she does. She packs her resume. So if I was in an HR department, this is what my job would be. One of many is finding out the reliability of between what Kelly can say and what she can dance. So if Kelly can dance what she sings, then she's going to have some pretty high rankings and there's not anybody that can touch her. So what happens is we have to let the information that we believe that we're pointing out go to the top. So that people go, wow, look at build a better future. Oh, Kelly, oh, strategic. Chief Strategy Officer, President and CEO, Chief of Staff, Deputy Chief of Staff, Director of Human Resources. You're fucking fired, baby. Oh, get the out of here. $474,000. I heard you make that in retirement. Do those people know that? Have you shown any of your people what you make in your retirement packages? You're just a smooth talking woman with red, red lips. Go away. You're a smooth talking woman. You need to go, go, go away. So we're going to keep on going. There she is. U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation. Kelly Brough is beating everybody as president and CEO of the Denver Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, that's right, folks. The Denver Chamber represents over 3,000 businesses and 300,000 employees working directly under Kelly Brough. That's right. Nobody does anything without asking her what the fucking do. That's because she is the first woman. Blah, 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 blah. You hear me? I mean, uh-oh. 2015, let's build a better future together with Marcus Giavanni. 2015, Marcus Giavanni to Kelly Brough. Let's build a better future. See, Kelly, what you don't know and all your people, because you're fucking stupid. And I say that because it pisses me off when you use my content and you act like you did this thing. And this is what you do, Kelly. You steal shit. You're a trifling democracy slut troll bitch. God, that's a lot to say. But if the dress fits, Kelly, then put it on. You hear me, baby? You can go. You're trifling, man, and there it is. And so what happens is now it comes more people, more truth. We own City and County of Denver LLC. That's a platform, Kelly, that you can't build, that you didn't strategize. Because why? Because it's all about Kelly and not the people. I'm a citizens candidate. Everything I got here was from the citizens. You think I'm the only fucking person that can think like this? If I am, man, then give me a cigar. Because we're about to digitally crank it up. But that City and County of Denver, if everybody pulled their heads out of their asses, do you know who artificial intelligence said would be the best president and CEO besides myself? But I'm going to be mayor, so I can't. But I can if I want to because, hey, I'll be the mayor. And then I'll appoint somebody. And I do have some women. I do prefer to work with women more than working with men. Um, because my mom, she adopted 7 children, the most beautiful, blue-eyed, redhead, white woman I ever seen in my life. I love my mom, man. I was a mama's boy. She had to do something so I wouldn't be a mama's boy, but so I didn't. I had to become a man. So I don't know what that mama boy means, but I just meant that I love my mom and that I would do anything for my mom. I would do anything. When people talk bad about her, walking in with 7 kids that didn't look nothing like her, started talking shit, and they did. They had no problem talking shit to my mom, even though she was beautiful. They just couldn't help saying, "Oh, what are you babysitting?" No, these are my children. Damn, lady. Oh, you're busy. I heard it all. My mom didn't deserve any of that kind of trifling shit. And then as I got older, and those were just from the kids. So I've dealt with women like Kelly all my life, man. And men too. And people that think they can come in and whoop de woo and because they dress better, they got more money, they got better friends. But you know what, Kelly? None of your friends are going to help you on this ship. Not this digital wrecking ball that you're in, Kelly, because I think you're full of shit. I've watched you manipulate a lot of shit. Why I just sit in the background. You and Mayor Vidal, that dude. I met that guy, man. His handshake's weak. He's a great dresser, but once you start talking to him, you know he don't know a fucking thing about a fucking thing. That's why I never joined the Denver Chamber of Commerce, and that's why I saved all that money because what I saw was just a party of like high pressured. If you ever lived in Florida, you'll know what I mean. They're everywhere. Timeshare salespeople. They'll nickel and hornswoggle you into shit that you swore you didn't even want to get, that you were protected and you had LifeLock, and goddamn it, I got an account open. Kelly Brough. That's how that works, folks. And right now, what we're doing is we're just chopping her out. It's called a rear naked choke. Digitally. And the more she talks, the more she tries to raise money, the more that her people, Kelly Brough, Denver Public Library friends, all these people come out, and if they're part of a 5013C, I'm telling you, IRS is coming, because this is the kind of mayor I would be, because I would tell all my people, hey, the British are coming, the British are coming, the British are coming, run. The British are coming, the British are coming, the British are coming, run. You heard me, man? What else? I mean, I cuss, I talk nice, I talk stupid. What does it take to wake you fuckers up? Can't you see the writings on the wall? You mean to tell me a guy like me, who's battled all the most fucked up adversaries that you could ever imagine, folks? I don't even cry about it no more, because I got thick skin and I've heard it all. And if I could handle it my way, whew, we were back in 1776. I'd be dueling some people, bro. I don't care. I don't care. That's why Mayor Hancock and them, they canceled the 2015 Denver mayoral debates, because they were all in there watching me chop Hancock up like a diced tuna. Okay? So, have you ever seen a diced tuna? It's not black, it's not racist, it's just a fucking tuna, okay? I don't even know what color a tuna is. So you tell me what color a tuna is. I'm not a racist against fish. I'm just telling you a fact that there's a fish in here and I could smell it from here. Just like that Jamie Gallus chick, man. Fuck. Someone definitely didn't teach that girl about how to wear nylons and do all that kind of stuff. I sat by her, man. I was like, well, girl, what the? Get some sun on your legs, or at least put some lotion on your legs, or do something, because you reminded me of like a trailer park girl. And when I say trailer park girls, they had no way, because I hung out with trailer park. I didn't grow up in a trailer park, but a lot of my friends were in trailer parks. Do you know why? My best friend was Mike Brewster. He lived in a trailer park on 50 or 60 59th Avenue in Van Buren in Phoenix, Arizona. Go look what that look. That was desert out there when I was a kid. There, it was just that trailer park. It was and freaking tumbleweeds everywhere. When the storm came over, we'd take our bikes and watch the tumbleweeds. Just one of my friends got engulfed by tumbleweeds. We couldn't find him. There were so many tumbleweeds. It's like a tumbleweed avalanche. We could hear them, but we couldn't find them, and we couldn't get to them because that shit was sticky. But that's another story. I got a bunch of them, folks. I did not live a boring life. Every day I lived an adventure. I lived like my dad told me, like it was my last day. And right now I'm coming into my last days, my last years. And Denver has an opportunity to really become something, to clean the slate, start over. Social Credit System Scores and Rankings.com. Look it up. We've been building platforms to offset what's coming in the digital world, that 98% of Denver have no clue what's coming. The other percentage are trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And out of all that, it's only 0.01%, and I'm one of them, that knows what's coming. And this ain't no scared. This is fact. If you can't see, if you don't believe what you see, believe what I tell you. But here it is, man. Kelly is, you're trifling, girl. That really, I see your pictures and I see all your roast and all your bullshit, and you guys are just a big bucket. You're just a big shit bag being squished around and mixed up to be regurgitated over the city of Denver about your fucking bullshit life. And I'll tell you it's a bullshit life, because your bullshit is interfering with my children and other children's way of life. You don't give a fuck about the murder rate. You don't give a fuck about the future. You just care about your future. You and the First Women's Club, you've all been verified. Anna Burrell got out of it because she couldn't handle it, which I think and we think it's been indexed that she's just a white tuna, where this ain't racist, just what we call it. Everything's tuna, white tuna, blackened tuna, you name it. I don't know what color tuna is, but when you talk about putting things in category, tuna is the best description because Charlie will not have any of the bad tunas in the bunch. And tunas go for guys and girls and entities and 501(c)(3)s that pretend that they're nonpartisan, but yet everybody in their Rolodex or everybody in their contact list on their phones lead back to a partisan. So you can't have that. And so this is what IRS is going to be coming to, knocking on a lot of people's doors. Yeah, is this a 501(c)(3)? This is the IRS. We got a warrant to search your property. Please stand away from the door. We are armed and we have the authority to shoot you in your fucking head. Is that the future we want? Kelly, you're a carpetbagger, girl. And here it is. And see, you might be able to bullshit everybody, but you're not. And so this is what's going to happen. If you guys are able to, which when you think about the ballot committee that's making sure that Denver's ballots machines are counting correctly. When you look at the people that are on that committee, it's a who's of has-beens that have all been identified as kleptocrats. When you think Ian Tafoya sits on that committee, how can a guy who's running for office, who works for Lisa Calderon at Latino Forum, and Lisa Calderon went to work for Emerge Colorado, who did their own poll and told everybody through Denver Right, that worthless Ben Marcus, M-A-R-K-U-S, that troll bitch, his career's over. And it's sad because they could have all done the right thing and really looked after Denver instead of looking after themselves and the ideology of a lie. You heard me, Ben? You dumbass. You think I care what you're gonna do to me? Fuck, I don't care, man. I've already written it. This is what happens when you're brandish. My life was ruined a long time ago for some reason. We know why we can't talk about it. Which I'm alright with, because I've seen the sins of that father play out the last 10 years, and it's embarrassing. It's an embarrassment to our institutions. And so when you got people like Kelly and they don't realize that when they go to a party and all their voices are on their phones, they're all getting indexed, crosstalked. Because why? Because we're going to bring that group of people that were together for all those people, and we're going to find out what they're talking about, and then we're going to sell them products based on what they're talking about, so that each one of them will get an advertising on their phone that does what? Reactionary. It will make them call their friend and say, hey, remember when we were at that blah, blah, blah? Yeah, I just got a free ticket. No way, I did too. Wow, let's go to it. All right, cool. Did you know there's a $50 fee to get in to get drinks and stuff? Oh, $50, that ain't nothing. Cool. See you then. Click. That's what I do for a living, folks. And then all these people are in denial, and I'm telling them all right now, especially those that work at ABC, CBS, and NBC, that are in Denver. They're operating in Denver. They might not have licenses or what, but because they're FCC regulated, their now voices are all indexed. And what happens is we go after the money hard. It goes fast. And when Wall Street finds out that this shit was real, they should have got out of the market years ago. It's okay, because what it does is it allows shareholders to start positioning themselves with people that know, start positioning themselves with buying companies that are knowledge-based trust. And that's the key. Every company that we have, we manage 80 platforms, folks, and they're all Google, and they're none of them are businesses, just per se, platforms, corporations that are getting ready for SPAC development, but some money, seed money, being taken over by some real good administrators. Because I'm not an administrator like that. I'm a MC. I'm a master of ceremony, folks. That's what I've done my whole life. Open my clubs and watch everybody get drunk and get rid of the drunks before they go. I was really good at that. We never had anybody shot. There were no really big fights, so people saw me fight. Just the way I was, man. When a guy gets drunk, the odd object of the game, a guy or girl, is to get him out before he's drunk. Or use your waitresses as spotters for those that, hey, this guy cut him off. See, we cut people off for drinks, and what happens is when they're drunk, we should have cut them off a drink earlier, but the waitress, because there was 5 people, because we had 2,000 people in our club on a Friday night, folks. So, you know, I was busy, and that's just because I got that experience to working at the Compass convention setup for 2 years, and then that's all I needed. My training was done. I knew everything I needed to know inside and out about higher regency and how to run it. I knew everything, and it was so awesome because I always worked Sundays, and people had no idea that they all thought I was making the big money and everything because my manager, I don't remember who he was, but he moved me up to assistant, and just in a short time, a lot of people were jealous, but I would work late. I would do those things nobody else would do. One of the big things was somebody that would throw up. Oh, it would make me want to blow chunks. It would just be the most vile. I mean, God, and that's the worst thing would be picking up someone else's human feces would be the most grossest. I don't even like to pick up my dogs. And then I tried that bag thing, okay, and I put my hand in the bag and I tell them, and then I smell my hand because it's just what I do. Oh, I can smell poop on my hand. Now, how did that poop get on my hand through that bag? Is that toxic or what, folks? I could smell it. And it's so weird. It's like I never did them. I train my dogs to poop in the backyard, and they go for walks, and they never poop. They'll pee, but they don't poop. They don't poop, and they don't walk up the other poop, and they don't go to no dog parks. And I never. My dog lived to be 15 years old. He died in 2020. Zion, 15 years old, Rottweiler, 130-pound, musclehead till his death. He was a little overweight, but he was old man. He liked to eat, and love kept him alive, man. And he died when I went out of town. He knew I wouldn't handle it. And my daughter called me and said, "I can't find Zion, Papa. I can't find Zion." And I got hit in the stomach. I knew right then, man. I knew. So I said, "Zip, go out in the backyard and look on the side of the yard." It's hard to talk about it, but I have to. So he runs out there. I'm on the phone. She goes, "Papa, she's talking." She's like, "Papa, he never goes on the side of the house." I mean, and she goes, "Papa, there he is." My best friend, man. I also had a best friend die on my birthday one year. I was getting ready to go in the shower, and I didn't want to talk to him while I was naked, man. I was just getting in the shower. I just didn't want to talk to him because I was naked. I don't like talking to people on the phone when I'm naked. Just ain't me. It's like taking a poop and being on the phone. Sometimes you can't help that, but uh, just weird stuff, folks. But that night, it was my birthday. His daughter calls me and says he died. And wow. And I didn't want to talk to him. Wow. Anyway, so that's the stuff that happens to me in my life. But what bothers me here is the way Kelly is gonna get crushed, and so even if there's shenanigans going on and we're watching both ends, because now we're a lot better at our indexing, and so we we just hope that Denver Democrats realize that they gotta let go, that they gotta give those keys back to the Spear Amendment, to where we are all Denver. Mayor Hancock has been living a fucking lie ever since he got into politics. Those lies in regards to where you're affecting all those people, man. All it, where did you know what I mean? Where the Spear Amendment is real, and we can't hide from that. It's been digitalized, and I've been on this crusade, and I've been indexing the way that I've been told to be indexing, and now we're at the fourth year, 12 years I've been doing this, folks. Kelly jumps in the race thinking that she's going to be able to wimp bullshit everybody, and the city already picked her, folks. When you understand how the city writes and all these people, this is where um, organic content analysis comes into where we can tell if that's real content, fake content, bullshit content, just based off how they write, who's writing it, all their social channels, and the things we can't see, which is their contact list and their email. But if you have an application, or if you have their app, oh, here's the other thing: stay away from the apps. You don't need the app you have on your phone gives you weather. You don't need any other app on your phone, folks. Your phone is being only time you get to use your phone is when you're using it to make a call, and even then, it's all disrupted. There's no bars, there's no this, because it's all being sucked out by internal applications that are using it against you, for you, um, or not at all. But I'm going to tell Kelly right now, Kelly, unless you have City and County of Denver, or you know how to do this kind of work, Kelly, you need to get out, because even your friends at the public library, which libraries are now going to turn more into like museums, because nobody uses them, and they're going to pump all this money into libraries and nobody uses them because libraries are slow. So when you get older, you go slow, but then you got everything at home. Why would you want to drive to a library? So there's things they're trying to hang on to old. You could do a digital library. I mean, you're all about digital now. You could end up putting those libraries into a massive library where people could all go, and then turn that property into a homeless shelter, or turn it into an emergency management shelter, something that can benefit the people there, to where, okay, there's doctors there that, like in the library, I mean, you got to think about it. How many people come in there? How much money is it really costing to keep that open? It's like the bike lanes. You don't see too many people riding bikes when it's 9 degrees outside. Those are the hardcore people. Those are the ones that don't have a car, or they're just used to it. But it's just a matter of time. Everybody gets hit by a car. Doesn't matter when. I got hit by my car. I was on my Specialized. I got hit. My buddy gave it to me. I got a bicycle Specialized. I didn't even know what it was. My buddy gives it to me. Here, dude, I got a new bike. You can have this one. Wow, bro. I get a lot of things for free, folks. With me, I wouldn't buy anything. I lost everything I ever had that was important, so nothing is important to me anymore. And I'm glad, because when I die, nobody has to worry about nothing, because I haven't got nothing. I don't want nothing. Well, maybe that'll change when I get older. I don't know. But right now, it's all about Denver. It's all about turning them around. It's all about getting our kids on the right track at kindergarten, respecting our moms, our dads, our aunties, our uncles, our cousins, our neighbors, our firefighters, and most fucking important, our police officers. And when you think about what I've gone through with policemen in my life, um, it's shocking. And when you look at everything in my life, it's shocking. Everybody that sees it, they're just like, God, I have never met somebody. I mean, I read, whew, but you have done a fucking lot of things. Yeah, that's because I'm ADHD. I can't sleep. I sleep on maybe 5 hours. Well, when I sleep, I sleep. I get a bad headache. I don't take medicine. I go to sleep. I self shut down because they don't give medicines anymore, and I'm glad because I don't want medicine unless I have to have it. See, everybody should have one emergency pill, but because of the abusiveness of pills from certain people, the ones that could use it, we just have to deal with it now, or get on pills that just put you to sleep. They just I feel like I have a headache, but I'm too tired to worry about it. Well, if I'm going to do that, I'll just put myself to sleep. And that's what I do. And I sleep very well. I sleep with one eye open too. I don't have to grip my pillow tight. I'm one with my surroundings at all times. You know? But I was taught that by my dad. You gotta be ready, son, all times. My dad was ready. I snuck on him one time just to tea, and that was the biggest thing, a mistake I ever made in my life, man. I was 7. I was pulling a Rambo. I was climbing the tree. I want to see if my dad really knows. I snuck up, crawled up, and my dad had a king size premium. I mean, the dude was huge. His feet hung over the side of the bed. And my mom was so tiny. But I snuck up there and I could hear his talk, and I'm right there on his right by his bed, right where his shoes are, everything. I'm looking at these huge, size 16 feet. Like, God damn, what do you do with this thing? That's double my feet. So I get up to him. I can hear him snoring, and I go, Dad, and he goes, that's me. Yep. And did I ever stop doing? No. I did it a few more times. My dad did the same thing. And it's so weird. It's like, Dad, you hit me because you're lucky I didn't kill you. I said, well, how do you know it was turned off? I know your smell, son. What does that mean? Because I know all my kids smell. I know son, I just know. He goes, believe me, if I wanted to knock you out, you would have been knocked. I would have knocked you clear through that wall. Don't do that. It's like, God, it was dark. All you had was this alarm clock light. I'm like, Dad. Bam! Instantly. Bam! Oh man, my pop was so cool, man. Those Irish guys can drink. My dad drank 8 quarts of beer a day, folks. Never told me when those 8 quarts of beer, what days or when it happened, but he quit drinking. And so we can all quit. We can all do what we got to do right now. It's all about taking Denver back. And like Kelly for Denver Mayor, Kelly, Denver experienced leadership for a city that works for everyone. Oh, no way. You sound like Mayor Hancock. We are all Denver. Fuck off, Kelly. Here's my website, Kelly, because see what happened is when she said she weren't going to win or run for mayor, she adamantly declined. See, she doesn't understand that even though they took it off, she was a decliner. Because what that does is it shows that the people that first set and the people that wait for the last minute to get into the race, they're the last ones that get in the race. I mean, you might as well be the last place winner of that of the beginning of the conversation. You already lost that part. Now you got. But see the way Wikipedia has manipulated our the number one source, if you will, because of the algorithms that they're able to manipulate. And when I'm mayor, I've already sent emails to them that we're coming, and you better open up those donation pockets because we're going to take 100 million out of that, and that's what we're going to get all of our sidewalks fixed with. All these other apps. We have another app, folks. Get this. Apps that go off TV, we're already indexing television. It isn't that hard, folks. Okay? So every time, and then we'll pattern match it to the invoices that the media sells to out of state financial people. They're going to pay us a tax because they're taking money out of our people locally that we need to survive. They're taking their money out to another city, paying their bills while we go fucking hungry here. Ain't going to happen. The Experian and all these big or let's just say Experian. Um, they think they're going to come in here and whoop-de-woo our people. They're going to be paying us a fucking tax, folks, to come in here and do their whoop-de-woo. So this is what we call residual income. This is what we're going to create so that our law enforcement and our firemen and our first responders will have the best equipment you can possibly have. The days of them pulling a car over are over. The day of them going off, risking their life. What, think about it. I think about all those highway patrol guys getting killed just to pull someone over to get an $85 fucking ticket. You're gonna put a man and woman's life who have kids. Oh, yeah, he got hit by a car. The car that hits him, folks, that person should be up for manslaughter. I mean, you gotta have. I mean, unless you had a stroke when you were driving, you hit a cop, and you hit any first responder. Period. You go to jail for a year. Doesn't matter. End of story. That's what we're bringing to Denver. You run over anybody that is, and pedestrians matter too. But we got to get back to the people that take care of us, because if we don't take care of them, they're not going to take care of us. And these are the platforms that we have already. I have so many of them. It's hard for me to pick which one works. So it's better for people to tell me what they want and see if I can deliver on what they want, not what I want. It's not what I want, but if it was what I want, we'd have no tents in the city, period. And all of our teachers would all have assistants. And we'd get rid of all those other people that are yaks, and I can run a program on all of their social media right in front of a judge and let him get final say. We're going to turn our judges into the most powerful. They're going to be badass. We have some really good judges, folks. I go after a couple of them because they're really bad, and they make the whole bunch bad. And the whole bunch need to get rid of the bad bunch of judges so that institution stays pure. I'm not pure. That's why I'm going to heaven. But we got to have things that aren't going to heaven be pure in our lives in order for us to be somewhat responsible in our lives to do what we have to do so we don't go to court. And judges have to get, some of these older judges are completely outdated in regards to digital forensic evidence. They need to be on the front line of creation and development and what can they do better and get together and say, hey man, how can we make this easier? We're getting older and shit's getting confusing. Oh yeah, Giavanni's got an app. He can put a microphone, everything inside the building, inside the courtroom, and give you real-time analytics in regards to what their people are talking about. You could have 4 different screens up with 4 different things going, and you'll be able to read it. And this is what a judge needs now. He needs to monitor. He needs to guide litigation a little more, because the attorneys that do it now have just wasted time. They're just bilking money, sucking their clients full of fucking more money, repeating the same shit over and over to create more hours and more hours of billing. And holy fuck, it's like watching the movie The Firm with Tom Cruise. But yet nobody. This is real life stuff, folks. So the judges are going to have to go into a digital mode to where they can protect their courts. They can protect many things that they have taken for granted that they can't take for granted anymore. And when they learn and create their own intranet, they're going to be able to control a lot more of who's coming after them and who's going where and what. But for them to do that, it has to be done by oh, that's a weird bend in that picture right there. You see that bend? That's crazy. But when you think about how the bullshit from these people it's ridiculous, and it's time to end it now. Have a good day, everybody. This is Giavanni. Remember, love your kids, love your mom and dad. Love your aunts and uncles, your cousins, and your neighbors. And then work on yourself.